I feel like in another life, I was a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader and gym anxiety. 9 times out of 10, I'm not motivated to go to the gym. I'm not motivated, I'm disciplined. You be asking weird questions, that's all I'm gonna say. Are you currently dating right now? What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Cece and this is my fitness channel where I share my fitness journey with you guys. I like to do what I ate in a day, fitness vlogs, and everything in between. If you're new here, welcome. Every day is a gift and I'm so grateful you decided to spend part of that gift here with me today. In today's video, I'm doing a Q&A. It's been a long time. I have a ton of new subscribers, so welcome. I'm so happy to have all of you guys here with me, joining the family. And so I thought it would be a good time to do a little Q&A to answer any questions you guys might have. If you have more questions, put them down below. Maybe I'll do a part 2 or I'll just answer them in the comments. But without further ado, let's get right into it. I have a question here on my phone. Okay, so my first question is, hey Cece, I hope all is well. I wanted to know how to eat so healthy and maintain a healthy budget. I'm working on getting rid of my sugar addiction. Glad you are here. So when it comes to eating healthy, it's really about planning, especially when it comes to budget. You really want to plan out your meals. You want to have a meal plan. You can do it in your iPhone app, you can write it down. That is the biggest tip I can recommend, is planning out every single one of your meals. You also want to shop on the sale. So whatever sale is happening at your store, you want to buy the items that are on sale. And then, you know, one thing that we do as a family too is we shop around. So we actually shop at 2 different stores typically on grocery day just to get the best deals. And we like certain things from certain stores, but planning your meals out is going to be the biggest tip I can offer you. It's one of those things that kind of can get annoying having to do it, but the reward is so worth it, especially if you have very specific fitness goals. If you're planning out your meals, you can be really specific with your macros, your protein, take fiber intake, vegetable intake. If you are being very specific and planning out all of your meals, if it is just you who you're shopping for, I know some people hate buying in bulk, but you could really buy decently sized packs of like chicken, for example, and then break them up. You could probably marinate them, or you can literally get 2 or 3, if not 4 or 5 meals out of those big packs of chicken breasts. I've seen chicken thighs as well. You can do different marinades, bagging them up and put them in the freezer. Plan all of your meals, write it out, and then write a very specific grocery list with the ingredients that you need for those meals. And then also make sure you are buying in bulk when you can, and you can divvy it up and get multiple meals out of those bulk items. They tend to be cheaper. And then my third tip is to always work with what you have. I would do a quick scan of your cabinets, your fridge, see what ingredients you already have, and kind of go from there for your meal planning and then also your grocery list as well. So I hope that's helpful. If you guys have any additional tips about eating healthy and maintaining a budget, definitely put them down below. I love the idea of this just being a sharing community. I have tips. I know you guys have some really great things to share as well. And so be sure to do that in the comments below. And then, sorry, this is like a 2-parter, but sugar addiction. So I can't really speak on this perspective of like not having sugar in my diet, but I'm very mindful of sugar in my diet, how much I have. Even with my coffees, I tend to measure out my creamer. I just think, especially if you are in America, like I am, sugar is everywhere and it's in everything. So I think having a consciousness about just your consumption is important. Some things to cut back on, which I have found significant, is just your drinks. You guys probably know I don't drink soda. I haven't drank soda for like 4 or 5 years now. I do have juice very occasionally. Water is definitely my main drink that I have, but I feel like that's one of the easiest ways to minimize your sugar. And then, you know, coffee as well. You guys know I am a coffee girl. I love Starbucks still. Their standard, so a grande standard has 4 pumps of syrup. So if I get a grande iced latte caramel, there's 4 pumps. So I have working my way down to getting it half sweet. So I'll just get 2 pumps. My go-to hot drink is a flat white. I don't get any pumps in that. I get 1 packet of raw sugar. That's like my go-to. I think just think of small ways you can start minimizing your sugar intake, and that's going to be probably the biggest thing. You want to do this in a sustainable way. Some people are really good going cold turkey and cutting things out. I find that easing my way into it, starting to learn and make sure that this process feels doable, is really important for longevity, not just for fitness, but especially when it comes to diet as well. So, hey, I didn't read your submit questions here before I asked my vegan question. Does the brand Factor have plant-based vegan meals? I have seen 1 or 2 meals on there. I think my sister answered this in the comments, but I'll answer it here too. I think I've seen a few vegan meals. There's not very many on there, if I'm being very transparent. I don't think this would be a good option if you are only vegan or plant-based. I only have 1 or 2 meals every other week or so. So I'm just gonna say No, they don't have a lot. And because I think the minimal meals you can get is 6. And I mean, you could get 6 of the same meal, but I think there's probably better options out there for you. What they are, I'm not sure. What is your definition of success? That's a good one. I think the success is one of those things where we have this like image, the first initial image, right, to me of success is the image I've been taught. You know what I'm saying? Like from society and from what you see on social media, what success is. But I think going a level deeper, success is just leading a life that I'm proud of, that I'm happy with. It doesn't necessarily revolve around milestone. It more revolves around how I feel day to day, doing the things that I'm doing, the work that I'm doing, the content that I'm creating. That feels like success for me. Being happy to do these things, looking forward to doing these things, realizing how grateful I am to do these things. That's what success kind of looks like and feels like for me. Also, you know, as you grow and as you change as a person, my definition of success has evolved and it continues to evolve. And then, you know, also when it comes to success, there's different avenues of life, right? So financial success, you know, there's a definition of that, and that's going to be different than my definition of fitness success or success when it comes to my diet, being happy, making sure my family is in a good place, being close with my family. And yeah, I'm not sure if that answered your question, but I hope it did. If not, I'm sorry. What do you suggest for someone who has a hard time regularly going to the gym? I would love to be consistent, but life be lifing. Consistency. So if you're struggling with consistency, my mind immediately goes to you're probably doing too much. Maybe you're doing too much or your expectations are a little too high. And I say that like very gently because I think if you know you're struggling with consistency, then maybe you need to dial it back, right? Like don't go 4 days a week. Start with 2, start with 1 day a week and commit to that for a while, right? Really dial it back and then start being consistent with that little thing, right? Or maybe you don't even want to go to the gym. Maybe you want to start by just moving your body, right? You can move your body at home and try doing that 1 or 2 days a week before committing to going to the gym. I'm always trying to think of the best way to word it, but life is always going to life. Do you know what I'm saying? And so you have to have that mental capacity to push back sometimes, to understand that life is going to life. But if life is constantly going to be in the way of you pursuing your goals, of you wanting to do these things, I hate to say it, but that's always going to be a problem because life is always going to life. And so I think there's a part of yourself that you have to have a conversation with and to honestly deeply understand so that you can figure out the best way to combat this in a way that you can be consistent in the things that you want to be consistent in, because life is always lifing. And I can definitely speak to that. It is the busy season for work and it is very hard to want to come and make content, to edit my content, to get things up. But I'm like, if I quit every time things get hard, then I mean, I'm never going to stick with anything because life, I mean, I don't think life is inherently hard, but it's always going to be hard. There's always going to be these tough patches. And so one thing I'm really proud of building is a foundation around fitness, more particularly that this is a part of my life. So this is a package deal. This is a part of my life. This is normal for me. And so it's easier to say, try not to let life get in the way, but you really have to start building that muscle that even if life is getting in the way, you're going to spend time on yourself. And maybe again, like this isn't committing to 4 to 5 sessions a week, 2 hours at the gym. No. Commit to less. It's easier to take the easy route, but I think that opting to do the hard thing, opting to push through anyway, I think there's a lot on the other side of that. Outside of, right, the physical or whatever specific gym goal you have surrounding fitness, outside of that, there are so many little micro things that build within yourself when you keep the promises that you make to yourself, that you say when you stay consistent in the gym. You have confidence boosts, you feel good about yourself, and it almost makes going to the gym priceless. So that's my tip. I hope it wasn't too long and I hope it was helpful. What is your background / mix? I'm assuming this is like asking like my ethnicity. Both of my parents are Black Americans. I'm Black, fully Black, and bliggity black. I'm Black. Favorite movies, TV series right now. So, in fact, if you guys didn't know, I was a cheerleader growing up, and yeah, that was just a part of who I was. And so my favorite TV show right now, which I used to watch back in the day, they redid it. They did a remake for the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. I've been loving it. It's a very niche thing, but I love it. I loved the show back in the day. I used to watch it as a kid on the country music channel or whatever it's called, and they redid it and they put it on Netflix, and I just loved it. Like, I feel like in another life, I was a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader, or if I was more into dance growing up, I would have 100% tried out. It just seems so cool. I don't know. That's like my favorite series right now. But I'm an avid rewatcher. Like Rick and Morty is like one of my go-tos. Degrassi is one of my go-tos. Abbott Elementary, those are like the top 3 that come to my mind. Yeah, I tend to just rewatch a lot of shows versus watching new stuff. I watched like the School Spirits show recently. That was pretty good. Let me know, what are you guys watching? What do you guys like to watch? What kind of shows do you? I have when was your last vacation? And if you're ready for one, let me know. And then there's a Canadian flag. Is this an offer to fly me out? But you're a stranger. You're a stranger. You're a stranger, yeah. My last vacation was actually like a couple of weeks ago. I went to the beach. It was incredible. It was just amazing. It was one of those unplugged vacations and it was really, really nice. Got my toes in the sand, got plenty of sun. It was amazing. Maybe I'm interpreting this message wrong. You guys let me know what you guys think this is implying. And if you're ready for one, let me know. Yeah, I don't know, we're gonna move on. Next question is, how do you manage gym anxiety? So gym anxiety, I haven't dealt with this for a while. I get it every once in a while if it's been a while since I've been in the gym, but definitely when I was more at the beginning of my journey, I would have more gym anxiety than I do now. I can't remember who said it, but everybody belongs in the gym. Everybody belongs in the gym. Everyone belongs in the weight section. Telling myself that is like, I belong here. Like I have a right to be here just like anybody else. And then also like the second thing, once you realize like literally not a single soul is paying attention to you, it definitely lifts that weight. No one is paying attention to you. Everyone is focused on their own breathing. Just trust me when I say no one is worried about you. I also encourage you to like dig deep on that anxiety. Like why? Why are you anxious? Did something happen? Okay, then that's completely different, right? If there's an incident that happened at the gym that you're associating or that is trigger for that anxiety, then that's different. But if it is all internal and all you talking yourself out of it or all you getting in your head about it, be real with yourself about that. Like I'm getting in my head about this and there's no reason for me to do that. Everybody belongs in the gym. The gym is a place for everybody to go, everybody to be. And even if you're coming back after a long time, like working out your muscles, this is going to be a new muscle that you have to get used to working out and just overcoming. Don't let your anxiety stop you from doing the things that you want to do and get in the way of you living your life the way that you want to live. How do you stay motivated with your fitness journey? Joke's on you, I'm not motivated. If you're not new to the fitness space, you've definitely heard this before. But if you are new and you're new to fitness, motivation is not what keeps you going. Discipline is what keeps you going, because 9 times out of 10, I'm not motivated to go to the gym. I'm not motivated, I'm disciplined. This is, again, like I said before, this is a part of my life. I've made this a part of my life. The foundation of who I am as a person is an active person. I'm an active person who tries to lead a healthy lifestyle. That is who I am. That's how I identify as a person. And so it has become so incorporated in my life, it just feels normal. It feels normal. When I don't move, I don't feel normal. Being active feels so aligned with who I want to be and strive to be as a person. In order for me to live in alignment with the way I want to feel, I have to actually do those things. And so building the discipline starts small. Most days I'm actually not motivated lately. It's hard to be motivated when I have so many things going on at the same time, pulling out my energy. It's even harder to stay motivated. And if I was relying on motivation, I have no idea where I would be, because I don't think I'd be where I am today as a person when it comes to aesthetics, my physique, when it comes to my journey here on YouTube, when it comes to my job. I would not be the person I am today without discipline. It becomes maximized the more you build that discipline muscle, and the confidence you have in yourself as a person builds, and you just keep wanting to keep showing up as that person. And even if you were or are initially motivated by aesthetic reasons or because you saw somebody do something, I don't think there's anything wrong with being inspired by other people, and that kick starts with motivation. But if you really want something that is worthwhile, if you want to do something long-term, discipline is going to be your friend. Are you currently dating right now? So this question, I'm like, you guys let me know, is this like, does this mean am I dating somebody particular or like in the dating realm? Because technically your girl is single at the moment, but I don't know how long that's going to last. I've been getting to know somebody. He's such a great person. He is such a great guy. And so we'll see how long. Your girl is single like a Pringle, but I don't think it'll be long if we are on the same timeline and it feels like we are. So after your workout, do you shower or let that marinate? I'm just like, why would you ask this question? You know, like probably say after I finish all of my movement, typically I will shower. Sometimes I'm running an errand right after my workout and I have to do things right after my workout. So I don't always shower right away, just depends on my schedule and what I'm doing. But I'm gonna be asking weird questions. That's all I'm gonna say. I love all of your fits. If it's not invasive, I think it'll be helpful to share your body measurements, waist, hips, and height and weight. It'll be very helpful in referencing them in an item you show in your hauls. Love your channel. Thank you, and I will get better at that. I'm not really good about measuring. I did put my bust because someone specifically asked for it in one of my last haul videos, but I will be sure and mindful moving forward to include those as well. I am 5'3", I will say that. The last time I weighed myself, let me pull this up just to kind of put it here. Last time I weighed myself, I'm 146.8 pounds, 20% body fat, 109.6 pounds of muscle. So that just kind of gives you a range. And yeah, I will be sure to, moving forward, put those measurements in my hauls so that you guys have that information. What music do you listen to? I listen to all kinds of music, literally all kinds. There's probably a song or two in every single genre that I listen to. When I work out, I really like that trap, that kind of rap, beat, beat, beat. But I even have a little bit of electro, sometimes a little music that gets me going. So I literally listen to all kinds of music. I do not discriminate. Do definitely have a soft spot for R&B. R&B is like my favorite music. Hip hop, oldies, R&B. There's some pop songs I like. There's a handful of country songs I've been liking lately. How are you feeling about your fitness journey at the moment? I'm feeling pretty good. Kind of rolling back into the discipline thing. I've definitely had to be exercise discipline more versus relying on motivation, which is a battle in the sense that like it's just not always easy, and that applies to everybody, right? I've been working out for years and I still have my spurts or seasons where it's just really difficult, and I felt like I'm in that space lately just because work is very, very time consuming. It takes a lot of my energy and time, and at the end of the day, it's hard to want to do anything, especially like when it comes to exerting so much energy required, you know, by working out. So my question is advice on how to limit or avoid fast food while still eating good, as well as advice on cutting down on sugar. When it comes to eating healthy, in my mind, it's really just about planning. And it's really, really annoying, and it takes a lot of energy, but it's so worth it if you have specific goals. If you want to avoid eating out, if you want to avoid sugar, you have to plan your meals. I feel like a crunch that I get in or we get in as a family is like, we're waiting till last minute, and that's the issue, okay? Cooking food takes time. So if I want to eat a healthy diet, if I want to minimize the times I eat out, I need to plan and prepare ahead. So if that's in the morning, taking out the meat to make sure it's marinated for dinner, you know, it's making those kinds of decisions day to day that's really going to help you to eat a healthier diet and avoid fast food. Another tip, if you are eating out, there are healthier options you can get, right? So I know we love Chick-fil-A as a family. We love Chick-fil-A. So they have grilled nuggets or a grilled chicken sandwich, right? That might be a better option, better macros than say the fried chicken sandwich. So there's just things like that you could do as well. Cutting down on sugar, again, but starting small, making small steps is probably going to be the best bet. And the thing about it is too, when it comes to sugar, is we are very, very, very addicted. I think they've had science out for years. I remember hearing about this like when I was younger, that sugar addiction is like the brain works the same way as like a cocaine addict or something. And maybe I'm making things up, but it's something that we're addicted to. I could just see that leading to a cycle that you don't want to get in, completely cutting it out. And I think sugar is fine. It's always about the quantity of the sugar and also the quality of the sugar that you have in your diet, right? Okay, so rapid fire for these last few. Have you ever experienced going grain-free or gluten-free? I have not, but I think if it's important to you and it feels like a good move for your health, then just do it. Like there's always this like, well, you can't live without this, or you shouldn't have this. And I just hate getting into that space and having or promoting those very harsh lines, because every single body and person is different. So if you feel like that feels like a good move for you, I've seen just from when I've actually worked in Aldi before, if you guys didn't know, there seems to be a lot of grain-free and gluten-free options available. So do some exploring. If it feels like the right move for you dietary wise, then just make that decision and just try it out and maybe ease your way into it if that feels better, because I'm a big believer in easing your way into things versus cold turkey and doing too much. So have you ever tried vegan plant-based meatless meats before? Actually, I have. I was a vegan for like a month or something. Like I can't remember the time period, but I was a vegan. I have tried plant-based meats. I used to understand the vegan ideology. I understand where it comes from, and part of that actually speaks to me as a person, especially just when you see how they treat the animals. And you know, there's tons of reasons why you can be vegans, but that was definitely one of the main ones that that spoke to me when I was a vegan. I don't think they're bad. There are some great brands out there, especially nowadays. My sister eats a lot of vegan things because she is dairy free. She can't have whey or eggs. So check like Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, Sprouts isn't close to us, but they have some really great options. Even at your regular grocery store, they've really become expansive. What are your career aspirations? My career aspirations revolve around not spending 40 hours a week at a job. I think the system is so wrong for having us set up our lives like that. Spending a majority of your waking hours at a job is just mind-boggling to me. I hate that system. So I would love to work less, earn more. Typical wish for probably a millennial. Also, just maybe make YouTube a full-time gig. That would be ideal. That would be amazing if it could pay for my lifestyle. So that's my career aspirations right now. I would love to make a living from YouTube full-time. That would be amazing because I could really work what I want, which is a freedom that I think is something I would love more than anything. Just committing so much of my time to a company that could fire me whenever and replace me whenever. It's just hard to like that. And it's not even just this company, that's just the way that the companies operate here in America. And so outside of the feeling of insecurity with the job, it's just committing this much of my time to them. It truly feels unnatural for me, but I work because I have bills to pay. So those pesky bills. I said rapid fire and I'm not rapid firing anything. Or hello, do you ever want to move out or live alone or with a partner soon? I do. Eventually, I think that's probably in the cards for me, but I can't give a timeline for that. I enjoy living at home, especially when it comes to the costs, and I get along really great with my family for the most part, except for when they're getting on my nerves. Love you guys. And I consider that such a blessing because I know that's not the case for everybody. Not everybody can live at home with their family and not have it be like a suffering kind of experience. So I'm so incredibly grateful that that's not the experience that I have with my family. It means the world to me and it is just such a blessing. I think eventually, yes, I would 100% want to live alone or move in with a partner. I just don't have a timeline for that at the moment, but I think it's in the cards for me. So we'll see what the future holds. I am open to just seeing where life takes me right now. So that is it for the questions. Do you guys have any more questions? Put them down below. I'll try to answer them for you. If it's too many, then maybe we'll do a second Q&A. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. I really appreciate it. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up because that supports me and my channel, which I'm so appreciative of. And of course, subscribe for more content. Also, comment down below, guys, what kind of videos are you guys looking for this summer? Inspiration has been evading me, unfortunately, which it is what it is, but I would love nothing more than to put together videos you guys are actually looking for. That is the whole point of this content creation thing. Yes, part of it is me making things my own and having my own inspiration and own creative ideas, but I never want to miss the component of this that is you guys giving me input for what you guys want to see so that I can produce content that you love. So every day is a gift and I'm so grateful you decided to spend part of that gift here with me today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys next time.